All right. Good evening, everyone. Right now, time is 8 p.m. Let me just check in all my devices. All right. Okay, so from what I see here, it's live. Okay. All right. Just a moment. Mhm. All right. All right. Okay, welcome back, everyone. So, yeah, Kev, I know you got to work today. All right. Casino. Casino is the best gambling place. Anyway, uh, you have better odd in casino than uh, maybe I shouldn't put that way. You have it's better if it's gamble, just go straight to casino than stock market. Yeah. If the objective is like gambling. All right. Okay. All right, so now time is 8:03. So once again, thanks everyone for streaming in. It is very is a very eventful weekend for anyone who have followed for the past few days. It's a very eventful weekend. So hopefully you guys have sleep over the weekend so that you are not affected. All right. So for those who follow the news or follow the news media very actively, there's a lot of things that happen over the weekend. So we'll talk about it in a short while. And of course, because of that incidents, I pre-prepared and also think of like, if I didn't prepare, maybe everything is the same. All right. Okay. So without further ado, let us just start for tonight. So once again, thanks everyone for tuning in. WealthPulse. It is powered by GoodWhale, and in these weekly sessions, where we run every Tuesday 8 p.m. Our aim is very simple: to update everyone of market news, to share with everyone on companies like giving updates or things that we are looking very closely as an investor. In the end of the day, all of the things that we share here is not for trading purposes, it's not recommendations, it's really for us to really get in touch or get closer to the market. So in the end of the day, we can be more confident dealing with like investment or dealing with the tools that we use in terms of like dealing into the stock market or even your private market and stuff like that. Because in the end of the day, all of this money is our hard-earned money. We like to put our money into good use or in good places so that it can grow while we can do our other stuff that is more of our passion. So we allocate this 1 hour every single week so that we can be more confident in dealing with money, more confident in dealing with like investment tool and investments in the public market. And in the end of the day, we like to grow as a community as a whole. So in this two-prong approach, whereby not just us or not just me sharing with you what I find in the market, but also the community when we discuss, there's a lot more participations, there's a lot more third-party view. I kind of like to ask this question right here. How many of you would agree we are not AI, we are not super computer whereby we can understand every single thing under the sun. But if we are work as a community, there's a crowd wisdom whereby we can grow together as a community. If you agree with that, everyone just type in yes. All right. So for those who are just came in or just like first time coming to the channel, welcome again. Later on there will be a 3 segment basis. But before that, if you like you have joined this and then you thought that all this like content or all this sharing have been very beneficial, and you thought people who come in like would, or people you like this to share with the YouTube world, in short. So remember to click like. So in your chat itself or in your YouTube. So if you are using mobile, you need to so-called minimize the chat. Just click on the like button. Or if you are in YouTube desktop, very straightforward. Just go to the screen below. There's a like button. Just click on it. All right. So smash the like button so that the YouTube, the algo will pick up and know that this is a good content, good for general public, good for people who just started investing, and good for people who just like to get some sense what investor talk about. Yeah, just click the like button. All right, thank you very much. And for those who already click the like button, remember there's a chat function right there. You can participate in the chat. When I ask some questions, you can always participate, or else you can always like just like put in your thoughts in any moment where I'm sharing. And don't forget to click the like button or the love button. More specifically, the love button. Under love button, there's 100. There's this like an emoji. Yep. Feel free to smash any emoji when you feel like it. All right. Must like. Thanks, Kev. Yep. Thanks, Jax. Thanks, Mark. Yeah. Thanks, Rupert. Oh yeah. Hi, Rupert. Don as well. All right. So once again, for our seniors or people who have been following our channels, once again, thanks for coming back and thanks for supporting this. And for newcomers, not to worry, just enjoy through. And a moment of time you feel that you have questions, just type in the chat. All right. So without further ado, let's start for tonight. So just an introduction how the format will be like. So tonight, there's two big portion. One big portion is on YouTube Live, another big portion is in our private community. So for those who haven't subscribed, not to worry, I'll share with you what's the subscription about and what are the discussion inside our private community. And for this YouTube Live for tonight, there's another two parts. So first part will be, I'll be talking about what happened over the weekend, especially if you miss out, not to worry, you didn't you didn't miss out a lot. And the second part is like you have been sharing this like over the past 3 months, talking about the earnings update, talking about company updates, and the earnings season coming back again. So before we go to the earnings seasons, let's talk about how I've been sharing with you guys, or how I've been preparing the content, so that share with you guys like the insights, the learnings, what are things that may or may not be much talk about. I will be sharing with you how I use AI to help me in order sharing. Because to be honest, a lot of companies that I've been sharing for the past 3 months may not be the companies that I understand or known of. So I use tools to help me to understand, help me to so-called analyze the company. And in the end of the day, everyone have limited time. So tonight, very straightforward thing I want to share with you. What is the AI tool that I've been using? What is the prompter that I use in all these different platforms? Right, and then I'll show you what is the ultimate reason I just show when everything that I do. Because in the end of the day, if you have the tools, you have the things that I've been using, you can might as well do yourself. And you ask, hey, if I'm doing all this, then why I need to subscribe, right? I'll be sharing you in a short while. All right. Hi Ruth, nice seeing you. Yeah, hi Kun. All right, so let's get to it. All right, so let me just share the thing in the. All right, wait, it's not this tab. Okay. All right, viewing. Okay, let's just now. Okay, so I believe you can see my view for tonight. All right. Okay. So tonight very on theme of what Kev like to talk about casino, all right? So Trump always have his Trump card. He like to bet big, he like to make big claim, make big action. Yep. So over the weekend there's a very big action, and we thought that is a Liberation 2.0. So for those who have followed since like April, right, you know that there's a Liberation 1.0 whereby he just blanket apply a tariff rate to all the countries, all the counterparts, and it makes the stock market fall like crazy. And over the weekend, he again do something with the China market, which is he would like to put on 100% tariff rate on Chinese so-called like service. All right. And over the weekend, yep, Friday, the markets like tumble quite a bit. But it followed yesterday, right? Suddenly everything just turned green again. So let's go through what happened. What is this thing about? And then maybe there's some investing opportunities that happen or you can uncover, all right? And in actual fact, there is, right? So how many of you know that what's the reasons the 100% tariff rate come about? If you know that, just type in a one. If you don't know, just type in a two or just type in a no, all right? Uh, why? It is very important to understand why this tariff action just happened recently and then what would be discussed over this 1 month and how would be the next action by US and China. Yeah. All right. So PL said rare earth, Louis, rare earth. Yeah, exactly. And then we just talked about rare earth last week. Yeah. His son will soon become billionaire. All right. Okay. So let's get to it. All right. So for those who are new here, so these are the topics that we cover since the beginning of the year. So we talk about the NVIDIA, the CES 2025, we talk about TSMCs, we talk about or even like Doximity. So we also talk about some very un so-called let's talk about companies. So for example, Texas Pacific Land. So 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭 have so-called talk about it as well. So we also talk about SoFi. So it's a digital bank whereby it garnering a lot of interest and also new account opening and also the cross sell between the platform. So SoFi has been doing quite well since April down until now. So for those who have followed, you have made some like handsome profit. And we'll talk about like also Microsoft, Meta, Google. So these are the few companies that is categorized as Magnificent Seven. So we will talk about are these companies very affected under all this like hoo-ha, under all this like swing in the market. So we also shared it might not be, but it also might be a opportunity. So these are the companies that we talk about, and then we look deeper into their business. We look deeper into what they do, and in the end of the day, do they create value for their clients, for their so-called users? These are more important because in the end of the day, the place that create value, they will create interest, create attention, and people would pay for it. All right. Okay, so yeah, so last week we talked about like AI bets. So for this past 1 month, there's a lot of AI deals that happening around between the parties like Nvidia, Oracle, OpenAI. Right now, even Broadcom is brought into the scene. Right, so there's a lot of players that all the money circling around all these like AI companies. So if you have followed that, Aaron, just type in yeah, all these like money circling around these AI companies. And I believe a lot of you are the investors. So, for example, Nvidia, for example, like Microsoft, or even Oracle. Like so, we did talk about Oracle briefly in the beginning of May, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. So yeah, so what you can say, yeah, it's circular economy. The money is like passing all around. But is this a good sign or bad sign? So we did talk about like last week. So if you have missed out, just click back to our YouTube channel, just find this like the YouTube live AI mega bet, or even you can start watching since the 5 billion sparks, where you talk about like the Nvidia investing into Intel. What does it mean? Does it mean that Intel will make a lot of money, or does it mean that Nvidia will invest a lot of money? I will not disclose it here. Yeah, just watch back the video. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, if you have missed out any video, not to worry. Always go back to our YouTube channel, Goodwill Live Investing. That's the place whereby we upload. So we share our live session, but also after the live session, we will cut out these snippets. So you will not listen to this like this introduction again and again on the YouTube live or so-called YouTube video. It will be a short snippet whereby I talk just about the topic itself. All right. So, how many of you just a sense? Like, how many of you have watched the snippets of the video? If you watch that, just type me a like, just hit some emoji and stuff. All right. Wow, I can see the, the love button keep hitting. I don't know who keep hitting love button. Yeah. So if you find these short snippets are really beneficial on so-called reviewing some of the contents, or you thought that actually this piece is like quite useful, just hit the like button, or just hit comment, or just send in some comment if you thought that you like to share some of your inputs. Yeah, just comment, or you thought that Eric, you Sorry, I haven't introduced myself. So my name is Eric. So I'm one of the hosts for WealthPulse. So if you thought, hey Eric, this I'm not quite agreeable, I'll share my point of view. Yeah, just by all means do it. Right. So people like Kev, he's so-called he is an investor like for longest time that I know him. So he also shared like a lot of insights. But he has a better way of sharing his thought. Uh, I mean, if it's in Chinese, you understand Chinese, you can always like talk to Kev, all right? Because he like to use in Chinese we call it 金庸武侠小说. It's like some martial art novel in Chinese. He do it quite well. All right. So Mark said, "Can I ask some question?" Yeah, by all means, you can ask any question. Yeah, the table is bigger now. A lot of players come in. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. So these are the things whereby if you have missed out, always go to our YouTube channel. You remember to hit subscribe. All right. So on Friday, what happened? So right now time is 8:15. I didn't do far off. So we are 10 minutes into session. So my on Friday, how many of you are worried? Or how many of you, oh shit, things start to a bit red? If you are worried, Aaron, just give me any emojis that you got like to hit. Right. So what's the real motivation behind the tariff? Is it economic pressure or political theater? Very good question, Mark. So is it just political, like just to show some power between countries, or is there real economic pressure? Yeah. So thanks for the question, Mark. Yeah, very good question. Yeah. So he can say sleep like pig, nothing happened. Kung will say, what Chinese New Year is all red. Oh, okay. So just to be clear, so in Western world, green means go up, red means go down. But in Chinese world, if you go to the Chinese platform, sometimes red means go up, green means go down. But here, we just follow the Western's rule, whereby red means like things are going down, the stock price is going up. All right, just to clarify this. All right, okay, all right. So Friday, everything is red. My portfolio also went down by 3%, if I know, went down by 3%. All right, and oh, sorry, I forgot to update this. Actually, right now, maybe I just go straight lah. I just go straight to fear and greed index. So where do I get all this information? Yeah, so maybe I just like stop sharing and then I shared where did I got all this. So in actual fact, since last week, right, market is neutral, a bit greed, right? And right now we are falling into fear zone even after the Monday so-called session, right? We are still at 31. All right. So we are in fear zone. Since April, we are back in fear zone. What do you think? Do you think it's good or do you think it's bad? Aaron, just type in. Just type in. Do you think it's good when the market is in fear zone, or do you think it's bad when market is fear zone? All right. So we have a lot of new so-called view right here. Yep. So just let me know. Yeah. So, for seasoned investor or seasoned value investor per se, these are the things that we always like to see, because when there's fear, means like there's irrational in the market, and when there's irrational in the market, there's some price reaction or price actions that favor value investor like us. All right. So Pixar, I'm going to say amazing. Yeah. Opportunity to do DCA. Yeah. All right. So for those who are in the market for quite some time, you know that sometimes it do portray some opportunities, but not all, right? Just to be clear, not all right? And for those who are new, yes, it might not seem pleasant when your new portfolio right now shows rate, but if you look at it at a longer time frame, yeah, it might portray some opportunities, and we will talk about it in a short while as well. Okay. All right, let's get back to ah my all right, my deck. Okay. All right, so this week is the start of earnings reporting. ASML will lead the reporting like what Kun have mentioned 2 weeks ago. ASML and TSMC, the AI so-called brothers, are starting to do reporting. All right, so if market, if I would say like all these deals are not new, all these deal or expectation are not new. Actually, I will not expect so-called like too much surprise right here. I will not expect too much surprise, but we just follow along. We just follow along the reporting and see what are the new insights that this company will share. Because these two companies, since April to now, the stock price have been going up. Let's see what are the new surprise element that they will share with us. All right. So ASML and TSMC are not so-called within the deal circle, but they are the back-end supporting companies that support all this chip production. So NVIDIA chips mostly produced by TSMC. They already outspokenly say that they will not so-called have Intel to produce all this chip for them. All right, so TSMC are still the person producing on the chip, and for TSMC to produce all the chip, they will need ASML machine. Yeah. So let's see what they will share in this like earnings. All right. Yeah, ASML don't know, but TSML should be okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. All right. So it's in the next few days. All right. So Liberation 2.0 is a show by these two gentlemen called Trump and C. All right. So this image is produced by Gemini. It's not by me. Yeah. So I just use Gemini, a prompter, have him to produce this image for me. So Liberation 2.0, what happened? But before Liberation 2.0, there's this actually there's this proud moment that maybe I just shift this all right, okay, wait, maybe I just shift this image upward so you can see this picture. Wait, editing, shift it up. All right, so you can see it. All right, and then go back to viewing. All right, go back to share. Okay. I think you can see this image better. Yeah. All right. So over the week, actually, it should be a good news as celebrative news by, I mean, it's a celebrative news for Trump, not for us, not so much for people who are supporting Palestinian. Because why? So Trump have so-called have a negotiation. He have negotiated a peace talk between the Hamas and also the Israel. All right. So there's some talks whereby Trump will be nominated as the Nobel Prize peace winner. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what's the reason why they have this thought they like Trump will be the winner. Uh, and luckily, Trump is not the winner. If not, I don't know how to explain this to anyone who asks this question. So the Trump, also called the Nobel Peace Prize winner, is won by this lady. I think it's a Venezuela. Some leaders, the female leaders, is Maria Corina Machado. So he win the Nobel Prize winner. Yep. So I think Trump is not so happy with, or the U.S. administrator is not so happy with. But long story short, he's not happy over the week as well. So what is the things that he is not happy about? Is this thing. So Friday, he has posted that, oh, I've learned that China has taken an aggressive positions on trade, and uh, in effective 1st of 2025, they'll impose export control for anything, all right, that got to do with so-called what is it called? Virtually every product they make, all right. And so they want to impose, so-called Trump want to impose this tariff every product they make, and then uh and what is it put right here, and it will start on November 1st. You impose a tariff of 100% on China. All right, so this is the thing that he suddenly just posted out in like the Truth Social. Yeah, 100% tariff on China. All right, and immediately after this news go out, right, immediately the stock market just tanked. Yeah. All right. So, and then everyone is scratching his head. What does he mean by is the unheard international trade and a moral disgrace in dealing with other nation? All this like there's nothing within the post that he shared. All right. So the actual thing that happened this. All right. So he want to impose like tariff on China on all the critical software beginning of November 1. And then he cancelled the upcoming meeting with Xi Jinping in APEC summit in South Korea, which is happening in the end of the month. All right, and as part of the trade dispute, right, so-called China. So this big what suspect things that happen is on this news. So suspected that China slapped port fees on the chip that made for Qualcomm, right? And there's an antitrust investigation because Qualcomm acquired another company, right? And Beijing also halted purchase of US soybean, but this is a long ago news already. So it's because of all this, Trump decided to put on 100% tariff on China. Okay, yeah. But if you look deeper into it, right, why is this Qualcomm things like get so much attention? Because Qualcomm chip would need rare earth material to produce, and all this rare earth material is supplied by Beijing. All right, and material like holmium, I also don't know how to pronounce that. Erbium, thulium, europium, and don't know what bium. All right. So all these are in the control list and require export license. And all these license seems like being violated by Qualcomm. So this is what rumors out there because one of the companies that Qualcomm invested, yeah, is supporting to Qualcomm. All right. And in the end, China government are not happy with it because they are using all the rare earth material that produced by Chinese companies. And then there's some so-called anti-competition rule right there because yeah, I think there's some things that happening behind whereby Qualcomm just get a lot of material, yeah, without making paying tax or whatever. Yeah. So menopause phase again. Yeah. So I think that some steps have been jumped in between. That's why the government or the Chinese government decide to slap some port fees or slap some tax that the chip produced by Qualcomm. And all these things happen is because they use rare earth material produced by the China government or China's local rare earth material. So right here, if you can sense that it's not about Qualcomm, it's not about the port fees, it's about rare earth material, the critical materials to produce good quality chips or good qualities like tech product. Yeah, if you follow, Evan just type in a yes. Yeah. So in the end of the day, the issue is rare earth material. Yeah. Without rare earth material, we will not have good quality chips. You could not produce chips, and in the end of the day, someone, if hold your throat, and the throat is rare earth material, yeah, and it will affect the whole supply chain. Yeah. So it's not just economic, it's like political like stance really. Yeah. So that's why for the past few months, right, or even the past months that we shared about like rare earth material, why the government is putting up so much money into like MP material, why they are looking into invest into US rare earth, even though they have not start production yet. Yeah. And even lithium as well. All right. So there's this lithium America whereby the if I'm not wrong, I don't know, is it like energy or defense? I think it's like Department of Energy of US also invested in lithium. Why? Because as much as nuclear is the energy that you would like to develop or to grow, you need lithium battery to stabilize the electrical consistency. All right. So rare earth material is a thing whereby if US have to always go to China or even go to other countries to source for this rare earth material, whereby it's so critical to their so-called AI infrastructure or even the electric infrastructure, then that's why US right now are putting so much so-called money or attention into rare earth. Yeah. So we did talk about some of the companies last week. So if you have missed out, just follow the last week so-called sharing. Okay. All right. So yeah. And Monday, which is yesterday, he said, "Don't worry about China. It's all fine. Highly respected presidency just have a bad moment. He doesn't want depression for his country, neither do I." Hey, you this piece of Twitter post, right, or the Truth Social, right, like it got nothing to do with how like policymaker work one. Yep. And then yep. But I truly believe this is a more critical day that we need to look after, which is if I'm not wrong, 29th of October. So the economic leader meeting, oh sorry, it's 31st of October, the last day of the month. So the last day of the month, the economic leader meetings whereby all the country leaders, including Xi Jinping and Donald Trump, would be in Korea, uh, to meet up. So in this meeting, it's not just the what is it called, the I can't remember the US leader name, whereby they have this meeting in Switzerland. Right now is both the premier meeting. So I think this carry a lot of weight. So 31st of October, just watch out the meeting. For what I'm seeing right here is still, I will see this is a positive meetup, and they will be shaking hand, saying that I have made a great deal with President Xi, and then right now both countries will be growing. So this is what I would foresee lah. Yeah. So just take note this date. All right. Okay. So in the end of the day, what does it mean? So what? So follow all this new. So what? All right. So if you like to know so what, just give me number one. So what? In the end of the day, what is the one thing that we should be focusing on? What is the one thing that we should do? What is the one thing that uh like after reading all this news, what does it mean? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So is it fear or is it really bad? All right. When all these things happen. All right. So let's review again. Let's review, jot back some of the memories that happened just too long ago. 8th of April. 8th of April, market went down. And market went so bad that some of the companies dropped by 40%, like 20%. So if you have not invested back then, not to worry, you didn't miss out because this thing will bound to happen again. All right, just need to note that there are companies, some of them are good companies, some of them are great companies. For example, Apple dropped by 27%, Microsoft 22%, Tesla half the price. All right, Palantir 40%, even Google, such a strong company, dropped by 30%. All right, and just because there's some liberation day or tariff rate running around, market just went back. All right. And if you have forgotten or you don't remember, just watch back this. Survive the crash, the Warren Buffett. So, one things that would for sure will happen. They will bound to have some crash or recessions or market corrections that happen in your investment lifetime. You will see that for sure. If you have seen that before, just type in a yes. Uh, you have seen that before, just type in it will bound to happen. But when it happened, what is the one thing or two things we should always be looking at, or what is one or two things we should be focusing at? Yeah. So when it happened, you will not fumble, you will not be worried, you will not, you will still be worried, but in not to the sense that you worry until couldn't sleep. All right. So let us just jot back the memory and look into some of the few things to look at, so that we will survive the crash. So reminder number one, avoid leverage. These the things that I like to stress again and again. So we are not being in a trader game. We are in investor long-term game. So trading with leverage is the things that will kill an investor unless you tell me that you are a full-time trader, you are trading some commodities, you are trading for your living, you need the spread so that with leverage the spread that can make you some profit and stuff like that. Unless you are trader or doing trade by profession. If not, avoid leverage on all costs. If you follow that, just type in a one as an agreement. Avoid leverage on all costs. Don't don't leverage. Yeah. especially on stock market, because yeah, you might make money, but this making money process, you brew some greed, and in the end, you kill by that as well. And the story happened again and again. Yeah, people who make money because of leverage, when they lose money, they kill themselves. Yeah, there's these crypto traders that kill themselves recently. Yeah, so as an investor, we are looking for a long term. We want to sleep well at night. We want to grow our portfolio gradually, consistently. Yeah, we don't want to be a billionaire one day and bankrupt the other day. Yeah, so this is the one thing that I want to raise again. No matter what happened, or no matter what is showing you, don't leverage. Okay. Yeah. And I know a lot of you may not leverage, but maybe I wanted to highlight one thing that I help a few of my friends when they show me their portfolio. All right. So everyone, if you could blow up your trading account, just checking, not saying that you leverage, just checking in your brokerage account into our cash detail. Just make sure that all your cash number is positive. There's no negative show right there, because some of my friends, when they first started off like trading or investing, they don't know that into the currency they transfer in, and if they are trading in another currency, they need to do currency conversion. All right. They thought that, hey, I have transferred some money in, for example, Sing dollar, Hong Kong dollar, or Malaysian ringgit. So they transfer in, and then they can trade US dollar stocks. And or they say, oh, hey, actually, it allow me to trade. But in the end of the day, they don't know that actually, if they don't have the respective currency, you appear as a negative balance right here, and any negative balance right there will incur interest payment. And some of them, they keep paying interest without knowing. Although it's not much lah. It's not, can I say not much? Like there's interest payments. If I'm not wrong, back then, like the US dollar that they are paying, right? 8%, 9% one. 8%, 9%, and charge daily one. Yeah. So make sure that you know that if you transfer in certain currencies that is not your so-called trading currency. For example, you transfer Sing dollar, you are trading US dollar. Please make sure that you convert to US dollar first. All right. Okay. So I know you guys didn't leverage, but make sure this is the thing where people miss out one. Yeah, charge daily, cut off weekly. All right. They think it's auto exchange. Yeah. They think it's that. Because they thought, hey, the order went through. I can see the stock. They thought that everything is fine, but it's not fine. It's not fine. You are paying, like, you have money in the account, and you're paying interest. Uh, that, yeah, you should not be paying. I would put that way. You should not be paying. All right. Unless you thought you purposely do that. I see no reason why you purposely do that. All right. Okay. All right. So this is the news whereby last in April, hedge fund like have biggest margin call, and even right now the crypto wars. All right. Yeah, the crypto boys. All right. Some of the people like millions of account are having margin calls because they leverage. All right. And reminder number two that we also raised back then. Do also have a top 10 investment so-called target that you like to put into, regardless is it ETF or regardless is it REITs or some of the stocks. All right. So reminder, always have this top 10 company or top 5 companies. All right. You may not want to invest it right now because of valuations or you are preparing your funds. But it is important for us to know what is our target. All right. So if you follow Aaron, just type in two. This is the number two thing. All right. Always, yeah. So you say, hey, if I have those like opportunities coming, right, or period of time coming, right, oh, market down, the most likely second question that I will get, right, hey, so what to buy, what to invest, or hey, I thought, hey, we have talked this long ago, we have prepared this long enough. Every time it happen, right, the questions come again. Regardless, is it seasoned investor or regardless, is it new investor? The question always come. I don't know why. Seasoned investor, they'll just, hey, I want to know what's your investment list. Right. So Rupert, please teach us Singaporean. Okay, sure. All right. Okay. So Rupert always have requests. So Rupert, the request the last month is like The last round is ARM, so we cover ARM. So okay, so let's talk about REITs. Yeah, very soon. Maybe in the next 1 or 2 weeks. All right, just buy S&P ETF, then can sleep now. Yeah. So thanks the fire journey for the comment. Buy S&P ETF, then you can just like do it that way. But just to be aware, or just to make sure that when you share this or when you're doing this, right, just be aware that there's certain investment vehicles that will give you certain result historically. So when you buy S&P ETF, right, you are getting market return. All right. So this is the things that we need to be aware. You're getting market return. And when you get market return, right, please don't expect like extraordinary result. Yeah, because you are buying a vehicle that gives you market return. Mah. For example, you are buying certain like bonds, give you like maybe 3% yield, right? Don't expect this bond, right? You give you 100, 200% kind of return, or even 30, 40%. Yeah, because you are getting yield in that sense. All right. So make sure that you know your investment, you know your goal, you have your investment vehicle that can reach the goal. That's the more important thing. That's why you always advocate before you invest, understand why is your need, what is your want, and then follow with like investment vehicle that could support you to reach the goal. All right. Yeah, BRKB now quite interesting. Yeah, so BRKB. The difference between S&P and the difference between BRK, there's slight difference in some sense. So S&P is top 500 companies. BRK is so-called investment fund holding under like Berkshire Hathaway, or the name is Berkshire Hathaway. Is till the end of the year, the CEO, the person who managed the fund, is Warren Buffett till the end of the year before he passed the baton to George Abel. BRK represent also U.S. economy because they invest a lot in like U.S. companies. For example, the what is it called? The railway track. I can't remember the name. They also invest in like Berkshire Insurance. So there's a lot of like economic profit or economic returns is based on U.S. economy, but they also invest in some private companies that also have dealing with like so-called business over the globe, right? So it's same but different, same but different, right? So they, yeah, so likewise they also have 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭, Nebraska Furniture, right? If I'm not wrong, is it Dunkin' Donut? I can't remember. Yeah, yeah. So you can look at that sense as well, but they are not an ETF. Yeah, they are something like investment holding company. All right. Okay. So coming to this, remember to always have your top 10 companies. But if you have not have this top 10 company, not to worry, no need to rush. All right. Investing is a long game. You can accumulate your list along the way, but give yourself a target date to have this like 5 to 10 companies. Right? Why? Because crash bound to happen. Even if without crash, if you don't have this list, you don't have target, your money will erode by inflation. All right. Yeah, Adam said invest TSMC previously. All right. So come up with this. If you have that list, you have take some actions for the past 6 months. Your portfolio will be green. Not to say that every time the market crash after 6 months, your portfolio will be green, but when market crash, if you took the opportunities, or even without taking the opportunities, the market would so-called react to companies' fundamentals, and all these company fundamentals will reflect in the stock market. So for the past 6 months, the business is as usual. The companies continue to generate economic value and also profit. And all these companies just went back to their valuations or even higher than the valuations. All right. So compared to 6 months ago, when market is so worried, right now market is like, oh, we are at the high mode. People who have invested make a lot of money. So I believe a lot of investors in our community have made quite a bit of money. Like Adam said, invest TSMC previously. Yeah, obviously he made quite a bit of money. All right. Okay, so come back to this 10 company list, right? If you have this top 5 or even top 10, right? Right. And the two most important thing in the top 5 or top 10 list is these two things: company fundamentals and valuation. Company fundamentals and valuation. So if you follow, just type in the two: company fundamentals and valuations. Why is it so important? All right. So we have talked about like the market crash. We talk about like if market crash, what should we do? are not leveraging have this top 5 list or top 10 list. And within this top 5 and top 10 list, the more important thing or the most important thing is really about the company fundamentals and valuation. Because if good companies, when market went bad, they can sustain through when so-called market recover, the so-called the business recover. That's when the share price will follow, right? If the market or so-called the company is bad, the share price just follow and went down. When market recover, this company is still bad, they cannot generate value. Whatever you invested, you will lose money. As simple as that. All right. So these are two things that I would like to highlight. All right. I will not say like in the next like 2 weeks, they will be found like they will definitely a crash or even like 2026 people are talking about 2026 recessions, or 2026 there's market crash, whatever. All right. Um, uh, Regardless market crash or not crash, these are the two things that you always keep in mind: company fundamental and valuation. And if you like me to so-called go through, is all right. But if this tonight I don't have like the luxury of time to cover everything, so just go back to our YouTube channel or just find this like ASML Crash Explain, whereby I took these opportunities to go through what is ASML, what does ASML does, how they make money, what is the per machine price that they sell, who is their client, and with the technologies advantage they have, and also people who buy their machine, why is a good fundamental company, and in terms of valuation, how I look at valuations is all covered in these two video. All right, so ASML Crash Explain, and then we bring it back again, the ASML like opportunities. So this video, if I'm not wrong, is like in last year October. There's certain incidents that caused ASML crash, and in April itself we rehash again. All right. So these are the things that we do, we discuss and talk about in the community. So if you have missed out, yeah, it's on YouTube channel. All right. And that one is about company fundamentals, but we also talk about valuation. So this is the session we talked about previously. The market is red. Trump tariff are back, but this $5 stock could be worth $20. How many of you know what this company is? What is this $5 stock that could be worth $20? There's some hint right here. There's some hint that show XGD is a Singapore company. I don't know how many of you remember. Yeah. I did this in April. Yeah. The company, uh, this $20 is about the valuation. So the valuation of the company could worth $20, but right now it's at $5. All right, so it's all stated right here. So the NAV per share is like 10, all right, and then is the revalue NAV is close to like $17, and is in a group manner it will be in $20. It's all stated right here. It's all stated right here. Yeah, the market cap back then is at 4.5 billion. All right, so the company is City Development. City development. So we talk about it like in April, roughly this timing lah. So like $4. All right, and right now it's at $7. So if you have like so-called took some interest into it, yeah, you are making a 62% like return. It's better than S&P. It's better than your S&P 500. Yeah. Okay. So this is the importance of knowing the company valuation. So I've just said, right, net asset value is 10, but the group NAV is like 20, right? So it's still a huge discount rate. I not say you should buy here, but it's a huge discount whereby it when it's $5. Yeah. So valuation is important because it gives you another layer of protection. All right, another protection in the sense that if you are wrong in your thesis, at least you are not buying a too high price. That's why valuation is important. Yep. All right. So in Singapore market, if you have take advantage, so for example, you compare to DBS, right? It's 40% return. You compare to Fraser REIT. So Rupert talked about REITs, right? So Fraser REIT is one of the REITs that I own. All right. And then I also own a company called SETS. All right. So these are the few companies when I invested. Valuations, company fundamentals is important, but valuation is also important because when you know your valuation, you know when company go down, company fundamentals still intact, valuation is attractive, that's when you can put in more money. All right. Okay. So if you follow, just type in the one again. Yeah, sharing the cost cash position is very healthy. Yeah. All right. So over the past so-called like since beginning of the year or like in April, right? So these are the few companies that being brought up by the community lah. So you guys have been sharing, oh, why not look at SoFi? We look at SoFi, CrowdStrike, Microsoft, Tencent. I don't think we look at race, Clement. I don't think we look at race. Race is Ferrari. Yeah. And then like Palantir, MDR. So these are the companies that we have been looking at. All right. So if you have not been building your 10 stock company list, this is not the 10 stock company list. This is just the companies that we look at and then we see whether should it be in our portfolio. You remember how I started the game? Or not started the game, start the session. Understand your needs, your wants, and then find the investment vehicle or investment options that could reach the goal for you. Yeah, forgot about Grab. I think back then, this list, Grab is not in yet. We did talk about Grab. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Si Leong. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. All right. So, just to wrap up this first portion right here, the first principle of investing is risk control. And how we manage our risk control is understanding the company fundamentals and also understanding the valuation of company. So that we are not just chasing a high return in the sense that, oh, right now stock price is $100. Should I buy now and then hope the share price to be $150? Yeah, so this is the first principle of investing. So we also shared this like in our beginning of the year, the different first principle that we should practice. For example, first principle of personal growth is reflections. It's not just experience. So for example, that's why I always ask, how can I make this like session better? How can I do this better so that you guys you find it beneficial for you, but also for my personal growth, whether I'm giving you information or sharing with you some ideas that would potentially support you and help you in growing your portfolio. Yeah, so this is the first principle that I shared earlier, and some of you guys say, "Oh, this is very good." Yeah, so I just rehashed the first principle. All right, and just to wrap up, trading versus investing. So this is by Howard Marks, one of the he managed Oakwood Capital. So he is a very, very famous value investor. He said that, so day trader consider themselves very successful when they buy 10, sell at 11, make $1. And then they buy back $24, sell at 25, make $1. And bought in the way later $39 and sold at $40. So between these $10 to $40, if you see as an investor, right, actually you make $30, but the trader just make $3. Yeah. So, in short, traders have their own rules to take care of their risks and to make profit from the market. And investors have our own rules to buy at $10 and see whether the value could reach to 40 or even higher. Right. So the mentality of investing